On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be talking about why safety is always required. So stay tuned.
Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, Warehouse Safety Tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast.
As with many of the stories that we talk about here on Warehouse Safety Tips, this one is actually a personal story, and that comes from a friend that worked at one of the large home improvement chains. He and another manager were having a little bit of a feud. We'd love to think that people always get along in the workplace, but sometimes they don't. In a situation where he was supposed to be wearing a harness when going up very high during some inventory, he actually forgot to wear a safety harness, and the person that saw him doing it was actually the manager that he was feuding with. Now, in most situations, this would have been a don't ever let it happen again situation, but with the person that saw it, he was actually let go from his position. Now, there are two takeaways from this, and specifically, there's a lot of things that you could learn from this situation, but the things that we want you to learn most of all are it's never okay to not wear your PPE, which is personal protection equipment. Safety requirements and PPE are strictly enforced for a reason. And the other thing that we want you to remember is this. It's very, very devastating to lose a long time great job, but he could have lost his life. So make sure that you always remember to adhere to safety regulations and wear your PPE, just like the title of this podcast is. Safety is always required. Now, we look forward to seeing you next week for another Warehouse Safety Tips. Until then, have a great week, stay safe, and here is a word from one of our sponsors.
It's scientifically unexplainable. It's virtually indestructible. And it's taking over the entire planet. But in a really good way. It's Mighty Line floor tape, the most durable floor tape in the world. 7 times thicker than average floor tape. Beveled to endure pounding warehouse traffic. And backed with a super strong peel and stick adhesive, so you'll never have to worry about painting shop floors again. Mighty Line floor tape, the only durable stripe.
You can find the show notes to each episode, links to information mentioned on the vodcast, the social media platforms we're on, and anything else related to the vodcast at warehousesafetytips.com. And if you want to catch our podcast and or request a sample pack of Mighty Line, visit mightylinetape.com/safety tips. Thank you for watching Warehouse Safety Tips and have a safe day.